A man stood on the rooftop, frantically throwing down large amounts of cash, causing quite a commotion among the crowd below. His purpose was to provide cover for the robbery taking place in the building across the street. John and his partner arrived at the location they had previously scouted out. After setting up the wires, they dragged over a steel plate and connected the ends. Then, they secured the plate in the center of the wall, drilled a hole, inserted the pre-prepared explosives, and finally concealed it with a mattress. Everything was ready. They were just waiting for Nick's coordination on the other end. The explosion was successfully masked by the uproar of the crowd. Nick breathed a sigh of relief when he saw this, but the more crucial actions were still to come. He asked Lydia for a cigarette to ease his nerves, but after handing it to Nick, Lydia requested that he leave her half of it. As soon as Lydia got the remaining half of the cigarette, she immediately passed it to her colleagues inside the room, instructing them to collect fingerprints from the butt. Meanwhile, John and his partner had already entered the ventilation duct through the hole they had blown open. They forcibly jammed the fan with an iron bar, and after bending the blades, successfully passed through. Subsequently, they entered the code to make the elevator run to the top floor, then entered the floor where the diamond vault was located through the elevator shaft. Next, they had to pass through the surveillance zone. John lay flat on a skateboard and covered himself with a cloth that closely matched the color of the floor. The security personnel were intently watching the news about Nick jumping off the building and didn't notice someone passing behind them at all. Upon reaching the surveillance blind spot, John photographed the perspective of the surveillance camera, printed out the photo, and stuck it on a model, successfully deceiving the camera. However, they hadn't been celebrating for long before they encountered a new problem. Sensors had appeared in the corridor at some point, and the two men were stunned. John had no choice but to ask Nick for help, but at this moment, the negotiation expert Lydia was right in front of Nick, so he couldn't respond directly. So, Nick cleverly used his conversation with Lydia to convey instructions. John was completely baffled, but his partner Anna suddenly understood the hidden meaning. These must be heat sensors, and they could be bypassed by lowering the temperature. So they took out a fire extinguisher and sprayed it directly at the sensors as they advanced towards their target. Through the cooling of the fire extinguisher, the sensors were completely frozen, and the two successfully reached the vault door. They were about to break in through the ventilation duct on the side when, at that moment, the police identified Nick through fingerprint comparison.